demonstration on a redistricting proposal kicked off in Austin within the last hour. The fight over the proposal continues to escalate, with Governor Greg Abbott now directing the Texas Rangers to get involved. All of this coming after dozens of Texas House Democrats we know left the state. They did that last night to intentionally break quorum and delay today's vote on a map that would redraw congressional boundaries.
Late today, the governor's office announced the Texas Rangers, as Doug mentioned, will investigate those Democrats for any potential violations of Texas law. Those Democrats right now are in Chicago. In the last 30 minutes, Congressman Mark Vesey spoke to reporters.
These Texas legislators ain't fleeing. These Texas legislators are fighting.
Yeah. Right. Some people have asked, can those Democrats actually be arrested? Eye on Politics reporter Jack Fink has the answer.
We're talking about a civil arrest, not criminal, but the Texas Supreme Court issued an opinion back in 2021 after the Democrats left the state last time and said lawmakers who don't show up for a session can be arrested and brought back. While Governor Greg Abbott has ordered the Texas Department of Public Safety to locate, arrest, and return the Democratic lawmakers, they cannot track down those lawmakers who left the state. Their jurisdiction is for only those lawmakers still in Texas. Now, at 3 o'clock this afternoon, the House failed to reach a quorum because there were fewer than the 100 legislators required. House Republicans and Speaker Dustin Burrows had the doors to the House chamber closed and locked. Even before the session, Republican Representative Briscoe Cain of the Houston area posted a photo on X of him signing the motion to start the process of finding and returning Democrats to Austin. And dozens of Democrats flew to Chicago, where they met with Governor J.B. Pritzker last night, and others went to Albany, New York, where they met with Governor Kathy Hochul this morning for support. In addition to calling for their arrests, Governor Abbott sent Democrats a letter last night threatening to have them removed from office if they didn't show up today. He cited an opinion by Attorney General Ken Paxton from 2021 saying that he could file a petition with a court accusing lawmakers of abandoning their office. It would then be up to a judge to decide. An appellate attorney in Dallas told me he doesn't think the lawsuit or a petition such as that would be successful.
The standard he has to hit there is pretty high, that they didn't just not show up for a couple of weeks, but they intended to relinquish their position. And I think all these people have been very clear that they're coming back at some point. In fact, they're absent because they think it's part of being a good representative.
Republican Representative Mitch Little of Louisville said he hopes Attorney General Ken Paxton will take action against the Democrats who fled Texas. But Democratic Representative Venton Jones of Dallas told me he isn't doing anything wrong.
It's just totally untrue. We continue to still do the work and to serve our districts. And this is what my district is telling me right now. And so I have not forfeited my role. I am actually 10 toes down doing my work to serve House District 100.
The Attorney General, Ken Paxton, who has been facing down the Democrats for his entire tenure, he is the sole person in the state of Texas who has the authority and jurisdiction to bring those proceedings. It is my hope that they are hitting copy paste over at the Attorney General's office right now, preparing those petitions.